Welcome! Today I'm going to replace main wheel bearing in Mazda rx8. In Mazda rx8 front wheel bearing is connected with front wheel hub and ABS sensor, so it is not a cheap part, and I'm looking blind because this bearing might be good. Just tying loose ends here because I'm going on trip and I don't want anything to happen to my car. This is an easy job. So first I need to take air impact. As we see, our piston just came a little loose and hang on our brake disc. Yeah, we will need wood clamp to press it in. Maybe a fast one, but it will do a trick. We just take zip tie and now I will hang it on spring, suspension spring. Hang it somehow that brake line wouldn't be an issue. Now it is matter of taking a good screwdriver. This is not best screwdriver for this disc, but I had hopes. Because I was changing disc rather not so long time ago, I thought this would take off much easier. In case of long sitting screws in brake disc, I would suggest spraying it with some rust repellent, rust remover from the inside to just knock some rust off. Now we take disc off, and now we need just to take right tool, unscrew 4 bolts of an hub and some hammer, because we need to actually take it out. So when we take the hub in, we have 4 bolts and we need to press it out because we have sensor here, it is not possible to just hammer it out this way. Sometimes we can knock off side some of the bearing because on surface here it is a little rust and we need just knock off something, but the best it would be just lightly tap on screws that are mostly threaded to lose it out. This looks something like that, and as we see we have more than little rust over here. We need to loosen these bolts, but because of how much rust it is not quite safe to do this at once, so we need to clean them off with wire brush and need to spray some corrosive repellent. And also we have, I don't know if it's seen, we have sensor wire that we need to disconnect. So now I need to disconnect our sensor. So I just had this plug in and I just knew it should be pressed somewhere, and as I saw, it needed to be pressed right here. So I just took flathead screwdriver, pry it in here, not with force but with a little bit of pressure. It took off pressure from front of the connector, and it could then it helped me release all of this. So as we took our connector and sprayed our bolts, I hope we could get them loose. Yeah, now it comes within the hand. Now with a hammer we need just tap it out little by little. One side, the other. Not putting much force, but putting force, of course. This is how old bearing with hub look like. Some sound acid giving. Maybe something on the bearing, but I'm not here to judge. I'm here to actually just put new. I don't want to sand this and repaint this, and replacing it doesn't seem to be a valid option right now. First thing we need to check is if our bolts will be threading nicely. We cannot hammer it in, or if it will be broken we cannot hammer it out, but if it will be broken it wouldn't be as rusted as this, because, well, it won't be living here for another 10 years or so. So as we see, all threadings went through with a hand, so this won't be no issue. This wouldn't be an issue, but now we need to wire brush entire surface for bearing, because if we will put it in, press it with our bolts, it can happen that something will be, some dust of it will be in our way. It will be a little off-centered, maybe someone will be feeling a difference. As we took it out, we now can just take our dust shield 2 bolts. Prepare it to be insert. Put our bolt through dust shield cover and start threading. And it happens to be inserted by hand. But after a while we don't have enough force to press it in. So we need to take our ratchet and little by little insert every bolt. We cannot do all 4 at once. And now we have our hub, our wire. We could just push it in and probably it would be enough, but I think it would be better to clean it off before connecting. As I said, now we can just put it. We heard a click, so that is sign that it's a sign that it is properly connected. I must say that force of 54 to 80 Nm for wheel hub, it's not what I thought it would be. It needs to be torqued, so and now it is a matter of putting it right side, so our 2 center bolts will be aligned. Putting our center bolts, I need to torque it between 9 and an 8 Nm and 14 and something. So I put my torque wrench somewhat in the middle. First bolt in and last. Now we need to put our brake caliper. To that we need to cut our wire with something. Now cutting with some pliers. Carefully, because it's heavy. Putting it on our rotor here. Inserting top bolt first. You just need to catch a threading. And we take our second bolt. If we catch our threading at our top threading properly, it shouldn't be an issue to also do this on lower side. I'm just bolting it in, somehow hand tight with something smaller, so it is simpler. Now we take our torque wrench and torque first bolt, torque second,
that our love was in decline, I would have begged you not to go. I would have given even more. My heart is breaking up inside. Can't believe our love has died. Guess it's out of my control. Why do you wanna end?
after I took my car out, as you can hear, it is working right now. I remembered one very important thing. When you pushing a piston of your brakes, either if it's like here with pressure of your this was wood clamp, or either it will be other way, remember to brake, use brake few times before you will actually end up braking from real speeds, because it is mushy. The piston must go all the way to its final position. So yeah, I forgot that. Postscriptum. Have a nice day. As you just saw, the bearing replacement took so time as I was looking for into rough footage. It was, I think, about 2 hours to replace. Almost 1 hour came to tapping out the bearing itself. But funny thing, as I was driving from the very beginning, the bearing was giving signs of failure, and now when it is, I think, 1,000 kilometers after, I had to replace the new bearing with the original one. The video is coming soon. Yeah, but all the time the problems, and I didn't include checking all the tires for being straight, the rims being straight, and maybe I will include content of this, because as I was checking the rims and the tires, the pressure was good, but the rims itself, it came out that I have two bent rims, so I just had a spare set of wheels and I replaced them at the spot, and I need to give that bended rims to shop that is specializing in making them more straight. Yeah, so if you like it, give it a thumbs up, maybe consider subscribing if you wanna see more content of Mazda RX8 and many other mechanical content. But if you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. If you have suggestions, please leave a comment, and have a nice day.